Hi, welcome to AFTV. I've got Julian with me. We've just lost to Newcastle 2-0. We're out of the League Cup here at St James's Park. Julian, where do we start? Arsenal didn't really, they definitely tried and made an effort. I saw that from the beginning of the game, but a 2-0 defeat here, 2-0 defeat at home. How disappointing is that for you as a fan to see?
It was disappointing, but when you said about that from the start, it wasn't from the start, because from the first 30 seconds I thought we did really well.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if you actually noticed, the way that we started the game was the ball was played back to Raya, and Raya launched the ball forward, which showed that we wanted to actually be on the attack from the off. Then we get a corner. We're on the front foot, and Lee says to me, if we score from this corner, this is it. We're actually going to do it. And what happened at that point was something that I haven't seen for a long time, is that the corner routine was diabolical.
We went short for our first corner.
It was a short corner. They gave the ball away, and if I can remember rightly, I think was that when they broke.
But they went on the attack.
Yeah, they went on the attack. I'm not sure. I think it might have been.
I don't know if it was a disallowed goal or that one, but I don't know what it was. Yeah, you're right. That was the first corner, and I thought as well. I think the fans got up there singing set piece again, ole, ole. And then we felt like this might be the start to it. I get what Lee's saying, but then we went something different. I think going short, because they've got so much tall players in defence, that might have been the right idea. It just didn't get executed very well.
Yeah, well, it was different because it was rubbish. And after that, I felt our play just deteriorated the longer it went on. Then we got, I'd say, slightly lucky, because it was literally millimetres from us being 1-0 down, and then we took it to them again, and we had that chance. Initially I thought it was an absolutely terrible miss by Odegaard, but when I actually saw the replay, it hit the post. So it was that close. And then they go up the other end, it hits the post, and it bounces into the...
Yeah, but hitting the post also, Julian, though, it's an off-target shot. So could Martin Odegaard, or should he have done better in that situation? Because he's a captain. That's a chance that could have swayed the game into our favour.
Well, it doesn't really matter if he's a captain. He's a footballer of the highest level, and when you're clean through on goal like that, he shouldn't have hit the post. You shouldn't have played it wide. You should have just whacked it. He wouldn't even have to whack it straight in the corner. From there, I would say, and I'd agree with you, it's a terrible miss. And once we went 1-0 down, there wasn't too many positives to get excited about.
When did your enthusiasm and your confidence that Arsenal could replicate what you saw in '89? When did that die for you? At what stage was it when their first goal went in? Because some fans went to Ty didn't seem too confident to say when it was 1-0. He still believed. He said when the second goal went in, that's when I thought we can't make it back. When we scored the first goal, was that it? Were you thinking this isn't going to be like '89?
All right. So the main difference with '89 was that when we played Liverpool really didn't know what they wanted to do. They were caught. The Liverpool back in the '80s was a team that absolutely dominated European football, dominated English football. They were the best team probably in the world, and they had this attacking mentality. So to be in effect 2-0 up, they didn't know what to do. Their actual, they just didn't know that, and they were caught. So although it was probably, it was the greatest moment of my life, it was probably as much to do with Liverpool getting caught than Arsenal's gameplay. And what we faced today was a team that knew exactly what they wanted to do, and we really struggled against that. Really struggled.
Well, it's frustrating, isn't it? Because it seems like, Lee said they feel like they got our number, but Newcastle's game plan today was pretty much spot on. They went fire at the back. They seemed to go defensive, but they were so aggressive in the attack, in their counter attack. I mean, they got quality up front, and they got it spot on. Does it feel like Newcastle really do have our number for you?
Well, the last 3 times we've been here 4 times, haven't we?
Yeah, okay.
I've been up here with you 4 times.
We've had good times up here, but not when it comes to Arsenal and the performance in their matches against them.
And like the only positives about coming to Newcastle is the nights out. And I went for a walk with Lee, and apparently Hooters is opening in the near future, coming soon. And I hear that's a really good place to eat. Probably better than what we had before, which was your recommendation.
Which was actually a lovely meal, but you love to describe, the areas, Girona, Newcastle. I'm glad you spotted Hooters. It's interesting that you said, the food is going to...
It hasn't quite opened yet, but apparently it's coming soon.
Will you be here for the grand opening?
I hope so.
Right, we've got to go back to the game. We have to. Obviously, the team today I think they were up for it, but Newcastle again was so ferocious, and Ty was arguing now with fans saying about, you haven't won anything in so long. Did it feel like they had more, want for this game, more want, or not? Or was it the 2-0 deficit that was really the key factor why Arsenal really struggled?
Yeah, look, if we go back to the 89 comparison, that's exactly right. You've hit the nail on the head. I'm disappointed, but I'm not devastated. Right. For us, it's the league. It's the League Cup. We haven't won it since '93. The reason we haven't won it in '93 because it really isn't that important. It is a good day out, but ultimately, what does it win you? A Europa League spot?
Yeah, but
we're beyond
it's
that.
silverware though.
It is silverware, but so's the Audi Cup, so's the Barry Goldstein.
They're a bit more bigger level than that.
It is a bigger level, but if you win it, I think it's $100,000, and I do want to win it because it is a lovely.
You're not getting $100,000, are you?
No, I'm not. Well,
and we probably won't even see that $100,000 from the club spending.
Yeah, but indirectly we do because we benefit from the club commercially doing well. Because when the club commercially does well, they're able to reinvest into the team, and we get a better fan experience because we have more chance of winning. So we've got a better squad. Now, I'm not saying I didn't want to win the League Cup. I did want to win it, but I didn't want to win it that much. I'm not really that devastated. But what I've seen here from Newcastle fans from before the game when we're talking to them, this means so much to them. It really does. They don't have too much joy in their lives from a footballing perspective. It's been. Oh no,
Julian,
no, but it's true.
You can't say. They're on the up. There was in a fight. There was in this cup final not too long ago.
Yes, as I said, they haven't had too much. I mean, the guy there.
We haven't either. If we're being real, it's been a while since.
Oh come on! Compared with this lot, we've had so much more joy in our lives. I mean, the gentleman there was saying that he's been to Wembley 5 times in his life. He hasn't even seen his team score a goal. So they haven't got that much joy as far as football's concerned. So when they get this kind of night, they're up for it. It means so much. I think the big thing about why we lost today is because it meant so much more to them. And fair play to them. They upped their game, and they won, and they won convincingly.
Yeah, is it fair to say though, as Arsenal fans, we shouldn't really be sitting too high on our high chair because it's been a while since we've seen some sort of silverware. As much as, I hear what you're saying, Newcastle haven't seen a trophy in so long, 70, 60 years. So I understand in football terms, of course, they're going to really want this. But for us as well, it's silverware that we could add to the cabinet and say, well, we got that. It's been a while.
Look, at the end of the season, imagine if we did win it, and then we came 10th in the league.
Yeah, I mean, that's a bit unrealistic though.
What, us coming 10th in the league or us winning it?
No,
it's probably
both. Right now because we can't win it. But
no, it's both. But where we are as a club now, we're competing in the Champions League, and that's where the money is. That's where the prestige.
It's not always about money though. We need to. It's not
football. The reality
business-wise, it is. But we want to see. I want to see my team win. You want to see success. I know you might shoo the Carabao Cup, but it's still a trophy. If we won that and came second, that's better. I don't think we won't finish 10th. If we win that and come second, I don't think fans are. Yes, they're frustrated not winning Champions League or Premier League, but it's not as bad as being out of the Carabao Cup and then not winning anything and coming second.
It's a nice day out. That's what it is. I mean, man,
you love a day out.
I do love a day out, and that's what I'm saying. I'm disappointed, but there's a difference between being disappointed and devastated. And what Newcastle wanted was that is their cup final. What we've just seen and the atmosphere we saw in that stadium was because that was their cup final. They've geared themselves up for years for this kind of moment, really have, and they've enjoyed it, and the team has geared themselves up for that. Probably the reason why they lost to Bournemouth, the reason why they've lost to Fulham is because they're gearing themselves up for this night, whereas what we've been gearing ourselves up, every time we do a show, it's a must win. Yeah. It's a must win, and you can only play at that kind of level for a certain amount of time, and then you have a bit of you ease off, and that was the game it eased off, and the reason being is because it didn't mean enough to the players or the manager or the fans. And just getting back to sort of one thing my father said about Anfield 89, he told me not to go. And I've just spoken to him on the phone and he heard what I said. He was a little bit disappointed. He told me to tell you that he told me not to go tonight as well. And I should have listened.